Hey everybody, my name is Bill. Got to tell you a little bit of history before I get into with Steve. First of all, I had a major heart attack back in 1997. My doctor told me basically if I don't start eating right and properly keeping my weight down and my cholesterol and all that kind of stuff, I'd have congestive heart failure in 5 years, and you know that what happens with that. Well, my wife and I had been eating okay, but not great. And from that time on the heart attack, she cut out a lot of meat, but we still ate a lot of chicken, a lot of fish. Going from there, my cholesterol dropped with the help of the medicines and eating properly and doing exercises to get my weight within shape. I was around 190, getting close to 2 at the time. My age right now is 80, so that was, 24 years ago, 23 years ago when I had the heart attack. So the doctor said right now I'm the longest living heart patient that he has. But that goes with eating properly and exercising. Well, my wife and I were, like I said, we're eating less meat, but we were still eating a lot of chicken, a lot of fish, because we didn't consider chicken as meat because it's white. And yes, it has maybe less cholesterol, that kind of stuff, but it's still not good for the heart. Well, we just progressed along at that rate until we met Steve in 2018. We met him through church, through a seminar that was going on there. And he introduced us to this new way of eating, which was basically totally no meat, no fish, no chicken, no dairy products. I had cut out a lot of dairy products because of the mucus that the dairy products give you in your body that can come around the heart and create heart problems. The meat also, with its junk in it anymore, that they put with all this GMO and hormones. I don't know why people still eat it the way they do. Cut down on it, yes, I can understand it. But most people don't even think about meat. I have to have my meat. I have to have my steak. That's a bunch of hooey. You don't need it. Since we got with Steve, my cholesterol and the way he has introduced us into eating has dropped down to below 125. The weight has dropped down. I'm around 175, 180, maintaining that weight since we met Steve. We've cut out all meat totally, all dairy products totally. Yes, there's also some thrown in there occasionally because of the way you cook and the way you have to cook, unless you can get on a regimen that is really strict. We have not gone that far to get totally strict, but I can't say that eating the way we're eating, I could probably reduce and help myself a little better if I would follow Steve's guidelines. The way it is right now, we're not 100%, but we're about 90–95% of the guidelines. This way of eating has changed my mind as far as a lot of the junk that the media is putting out there about how you drink milk. Look at the campaign that has. But since people are starting to wise up and drink less milk or get out of it totally, they're understanding what the product does and what meat does. It was a big money-making spiel on the past 50 years that the industry has gotten into. And this new way of thinking is nothing but helping people to understand. First of all, you got to understand the psychology behind no meat, no dairy. Putting this stuff in your body, yes, I understand it. I understand why people do it. But please start cutting down now. You might not want to go 100% immediately. I don't advise anybody to go 100% immediately, but you have to start somewhere. Start with cutting out milk. Regular cow's milk is made for cows, not people. And that is a scientific fact that people don't need the milk that cows give. First of all, the amount of calcium, once you reach a certain age, you don't absorb it from milk anymore. You might absorb a little bit, but the body is not absorbing the calcium. It may be for babies until they reach a certain age, and that is a proven fact also that once they reach a certain age, they wean from that milk and go into other ways of drinking. There's oat milk out there, there's rice milk, which are all good products. Yes, it takes a while to get used to drinking and eat that type of milk. If you're not up on the taste of it a little bit, start with a 1%. Excuse me for a second until I turn this stupid thing off. There we go. I forgot to turn that thing off. But anyway, start with cutting back. And yes, you'll find difference in your sleeping capabilities at night. You're not going to have the mucus in the throat. You're not going to have as much maybe nasal problems with the mucus, which milk causes. And there's no doubt about that. Red meat. People say, oh, I have to have my iron for meat. Well, we get our blood tested every 6 months. The doctor does a full vitamin and blood lipid profile for us. I've had it because of my heart attack. But since then, yes, we've had a few adjustments we had to make with vitamins. And for me, iron and zinc, I think is what it is. They are the two that I had to increase a little bit because you are not gaining as much iron because you're eating less meat, less or no meat. And that is something, but it's only a vitamin and it's not going to hurt you to change. Get your blood work done. Find out what your cholesterol level is. Find out what you can do about it. Because cholesterol around the heart and through the blood is not good. And the only thing cholesterol comes from is meat. Mostly red meat. That and chicken. People don't realize chicken is very high in cholesterol and fat and hormones. And basically, if you don't want to even think about it, give Steve a chance. Give him a moment or a minute or whatever it takes to listen to what he has to say, because the more knowledge you gain about this way of eating could save your life. And it also has a lot to do with mental capacity. Because of the way you're eating, you're thinking better, you're thinking clearer. But give Steve the opportunity to gently talk you back into another thought and another idea of how to eat properly. Thank you.